Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Film Snobbery Live. I am your host, Nick Baisley, and I'm here joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Jerry Cavallaro. Say hi to the good folks, Jerry.
Hi, good folks.
They are. We have many, many good folks here joining us on another installment of our, what you guys usually see twice a year from us, our kind of First Glance month that we like to do, kind of a prelude to the First Glance Film Festival. This one over in Philly, happening this October. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. It's over at the Franklin Theater, at the Franklin Institute. It's actually, I was there last year, really, really cool theater, great kind of art space, and the theater itself is just gorgeous. They do 3D movies. The sound and the color is pristine, and it's really, really cool. So if anyone hasn't ever had a chance to experience it and you're on the East Coast and you can get to Philly, downtown Philly, can't go wrong, and some good after parties too. So with that being said, we've got a fantastic show for you guys tonight. We've got a lot of show. I'm actually really excited for the show. We have a wonderful guest who is wonderful and awesome, and is going to come on, and she's going to talk about a lot of the different projects that she's working on. The first one we're going to start talking about, we're going to show you the trailer to in a moment. That project is called Connect To, and what we're going to do is when we come back from that, we're going to start the conversation off with Miss Wanda Russell. So stick around. We'll be right back. Enjoy the little trailer here for Connect To, and we've got plenty more clips coming up as well, so stick around and enjoy.
I want to follow through.
Cool. And what?
That's just it. I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know what is quitting and what is following through.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented actress, writer, and producer. I want to have everyone welcome to the show. Someone I've actually been wanting to have on for a while to chat with because everyone just speaks so highly of her. Welcome, Wanda Russell.
Hello, thank you so much.
Yay!
Yay, I'm happy!
Yay! It's late, everybody, so let's get the energy going. All right. Oh, it's late for us anyway. So thank you for coming on the show. How's everything going in your world?
Everything is awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
And thank you for doing it for kind of short notice as well. We had a sudden kind of hole in our schedule, and I was just saying, I got to have someone, and I got to have someone good. You know, Jerry was throwing all these different people at me, and I'm like, come on, you know, open your...
Nicolas Cage, no.
Nicolas Cage, screw him.
Kate Blanchett, no, we've seen her.
Judi Dench, no. You know, fuck that. I was like, you get me Wanda Russell or you get me nobody.
You know, I hear that more and more. I like it.
It's a beautiful thing. So you, I'm really excited. We're gonna have a chance to hopefully meet face to face in the near future because we're gonna both be at the First Glance Film Festival in Philly. You'll be there with Connect To. I'll be there with this little rinky-dink shenanigans that I pull. And
in the future.
I'm very, very excited. And you are busy. I'm looking around. You've got, I'm looking at your IMDb earlier today because, I like to pretend that I do research before the show. And I noticed you got a bunch of credits recently, a lot of stuff that's just been completed, a lot of stuff that's in the hopper, and there's even a couple things that aren't even listed, and hopefully we get to cover all of them. But first, let's talk a little bit about Connect 2 and how you got involved with the project, because you're not only acting in it, but you're also an executive producer. So how did you get all up in there?
Well, the project really started in earnest about a year before we ever shot, and we're not even thinking about shooting. And it was the very earliest kernel that was its heart was a scene that I did in a master class taught by my acting coach, Stephen Anderson, who is in LA. I think he's really wonderful, and I've been working with him for a couple of years, and really he's an incredible mentor and very talented actor himself. And he had this scene written for my friend Lisa LeVan and I. We were taking this class, and we were from Seattle, and we were making this work to come down, and I was flying in a couple times a week, no, a couple times a month. I think I came down, just down to LA, just to try to do the class, and then we ended up headlining the show, and it was really fantastic. Just an amazing experience, and it was kind of an eye-opener for us because, you're from Seattle, LA kind of has this really scary, too big of a market vibe, and yet we really felt confident and felt like we really held our own and really turned in really wonderful work, and Stephen was so tickled, he said, you need to make this a short film.
Cool. No, and
I was like, I have been thinking along those lines too, and Lisa and I had thought about it, and we had been talking about it, and that was just kind of the impetus that we needed. And the writer of the showcase, my friend Eric Colin Campbell, very, very talented screenwriter, was there too, and I seriously pulled him aside that night, and I said, let's figure this out. I want to do this. I don't know how to start. We'll figure it out. And we just the project just really snowballed from there.
And you're also the keeper of another interesting little thing and called it's on your website. Everyone can go check it out at are you at it's BellaWonderRussell.com, right? Or you now?
Yeah, I'm kind of migrated over because you can see my lack of HTML editing skills over there, and I gave in and switched over to a much more user-friendly WordPress.
Yes.
It's at BellaWonder.com, which is also my Twitter handle.
There you go. Yeah, and we'll definitely get to the plugs on that one. Look at you getting all ahead of me now. No,
I know. I don't know where that came from.
Twitter.com/BellaWonder. No, ABC, always be closing. That's what it's about.
Not sold separately.
It's not at all. No, you got Kung Fu Grip and then some. So now you are also, and it's on your website. You're also the keeper of the crowdfunders Bible.
Yay!
Let me ask you, as someone who is out there, you're an actress, you're writing, you're producing films, you're doing all this. You obviously have your plate full as it is. What made you want to kind of make this compilation of crowdfunding? Well, it's a little bit mishmash of everything. There's some tips in there, there's articles, there's links, there's a little bit of everything. What was kind of your motivation for that? Typical actress question, what is my motivation?
What is my motivation? Quick, let me go into the script. Lock me away in my creative chamber. I ran 2 Kickstarter campaigns myself, and they're both smaller, but we did one for Connect 2 and one for Summer Home. And I'd say definitely I wasn't quite as sure what I was getting into with the first one, but I did read a lot. I read a lot of research. But the phenomenon that I kept seeing with filmmakers is it would go like this. I read one person's blog, I think I can do it. I do my campaign, and it either works or doesn't, and if it does, I write a blog about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else goes on. And I had more and more people started emailing me asking for advice with crowdfunding here in the Seattle film community. Be like, so what would you suggest? What is this? And I always pointed people back to the articles that were most helpful for me. I said, read all these first, and then if you have questions, like, let's get a coffee, let's talk, but you have to start here. These are, to me, the foundation of what will make, what a campaign is in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond just trying to raise money, it's an identity, and it's a tool, but it also has to be fun, and come run it, how to manage it like a business properly and successfully, and with the human touch and, you know, with your personality behind it, because I feel like that's what people really connect to. And so I kept emailing people out, and I started a draft in my Gmail, and I just kept adding links to there, and when someone would email me, I would copy it and send them everything. And I found it was like, gosh, this should just be online. This should just
You should just publish it.
Like, it's just, yeah, it's just spread out. It's spread out everywhere. If you do a search, you can find a ton of different people's accounts, but otherwise it's almost like you have to know where to look, and that became frustrating for a lot of people. And it was just much easier to say, look at all these case studies. There's a wealth of information in every one, and you don't have to hunt for it all.
Do
so I have
you?
plans for that. I actually want to not just have the links and expand the articles, and, you know, and make it a PDF or something that's really user friendly for people, and so they can just see the articles at a glance. But yeah, that's where it came from.
Do you have a, you know, I'm sure we all watch what's going on in the little community, whether it's on Twitter or whether it's on Facebook or whatever, and, you know, we all see all these different projects out there. Do you have besides your own, do you have a favorite project that you've either donated to personally or that you have, that you've watched?
Gosh, what's going on right now? I'm backer of Ryan Koo's project, Man-Child, which is pretty exciting. I'm sure everyone's watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how far away they are from their goal right now, but that's a big goal, and it's pretty exciting to see how that plays out. And he's doing a hell of a job running that. There's also a Western that I really love the concept of. I really hope they make it. They're also coming from behind, I believe it's called A Pale Shadow on Kickstarter. Really great, really talented crew. If you go and you look at their Kickstarter page, I was really impressed. Let's see, I backed the gal on Twitter, and Princess Scribe, and I backed her project, They Live Among Us, which is a kind of supernatural web series that looks really neat. And she's doing something also really unique where she's tying in the stories and the backstories of all the characters into, she's kind of like weaving the story of who they are on her separate blog. So you're following along the story, and she's like, you know, feeding you these tidbits, and you're finding how they connect. And then, I mean, just today I got the cast list of like one of the doctor's emails, and now you could put faces to names, you feel really connected to the project. I thought that was really
Cool.
brilliant.
Now, I noticed that you tend to favor Kickstarter over Indiegogo. Now, do you see a?
No purpose.
Well, this program, P.S., sponsored by Indiegogo. No, I'm kidding. No, we are partnered with them. But that being aside, is there a reason why you see so many more filmmakers to choose one platform over the other, and not necessarily just Kickstarter versus Indiegogo? Because there are a lot of platforms around the world. I mean, there's Rocket Hub, and then there's, you know, Fandor overseas, and then there's a lot of other. There are a lot of other things. When you, as a filmmaker, you as an actress, you as someone who is involved in projects and is looking to back projects and stuff like that, what are some of the things that you are looking for, both in the platform and in the actual projects that you're getting involved with?
I prefer the Kickstarter campaign platform. That's not to say that I don't back Indiegogo projects. I actually do. Have a couple, I think, the ones that I am involved in have actually just all recently hit their goals. There's a couple things, and the number one for me is aesthetics. I like looking at the Kickstarter site. I think it's really well designed. I think it's very intuitive. I think the search feature is more fun. It just looks brighter and more polished. That's kind of a weird reason, but it really is. I really prefer to go to their site and look around, and I like the controls. As a filmmaker, there's a couple things I really prefer, but I'd say the biggest one, and I can't really speak to how Indiegogo works, because I've never run a campaign over there, but when I send out an update to my backers, or just an update period for public, it goes out as soon as I hit publish.
Right.
I find that that's not the case with Indiegogo, and I get 6 emails from their updates all at 4 a.m. And you know what that does for me? As I wake up and I see a wall of emails, and I just delete them without reading them. And I think that's and I know that's kind of bad. that's the opposite effect you're tending to have. But I mean, and maybe that's me because I get slammed with emails a lot,
Right.
especially with work, and I don't have time to, and especially if people are updating every day or every couple of days. I tend to not check in that much. I will read them sometimes and then not read them other times. But I find that when I especially see like a bunch from Indigo all in my inbox all at 4 a.m., it's kind of like I don't want to take the time to wade through all of them. And I find it much more personalized if I can send out an email and I get to pick the time if I want it to come to someone's inbox, on a Saturday afternoon or on a Monday morning.
Yep.
That granular control is mine.
Now,
and I think that makes a huge difference.
And oh, by the way, we just had a couple people from the chat room that were saying if there's any way you could talk a little louder. I've kind of raised the speakers on you a little bit, but it's just a little.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
no,
probably.
well,
Yeah, it's probably just because you're on a phone versus an actual Skype call. So
that could be. Sorry, guys.
that's okay. Happens all the time. That'll give them an incentive to watch the repeat when the archive comes out. Now, one of the things that you sent us here that I want to definitely play for the audience is you sent us this exclusive backer clip that you had for Kickstarter project for the Summer Home, which is another project I want to talk about in a second. What I'm going to do for the audience real quick is I want to play this clip for them. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about the Summer Home and what you're doing and what you're doing with that and where that's headed and what's up with that. And when we come back, we will when we come back from this clip, we'll talk about all that. Yeah, that was the shittiest segue I've ever done.
At least I understood what was happening.
You understood what was happening. The audience, hopefully you understand what's happening. So yeah, we'll be back and whatnot. So stay there. We're gonna be back. Stay.
Enjoy, everyone.
Sit, sit. Good dog. Woof. All right, here we go.
We're stopping here. There's plenty of time to switch. This is what I understand. Yeah, I think we'll leave it this time. Yeah, it's one of those things, like, in theory, I want the lower instrument higher in its range.
Yeah,
It's
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm a
but-
composer.
But it's like, you never
So what are we
know.
doing today?
Today we are at Self-Adhesive Records and we're recording the score. We have a cello, clarinet, and a violin in there right now, I think.
And bass,
Barry gave me the thumbs up. So
and bass
apparently I got it
clarinet.
right. Oh, sorry.
clarinet and bass clarinet.
Oh, fancy. And I'm sitting here, being comfy, because I don't know how to play music.
So, looking for some lungs over here. It's not, as you can tell, it's not terribly loud, and I can't crescendo very much on it, so. Something like that. And that's based on the note you wrote.
Hey, Tom. A little less at bars, what is that, 17? Okay. Or 14 through 19 there. I guess your whole thing. Yeah, just a little less. We're having a balance thing against the cello. It should be really cello heavy at that part. Okay, I think we're ready.
All right, we're back. I might have cut off a little bit of the tail end there, but that is a little look behind the scenes of something I never really don't. I think a lot of us don't get a chance to see very often, which is the music mix and post production work on the back end of the film. Obviously, you guys out there who are filmmakers get to see that every time, but I think that some of you guys out there who are fans of film don't get a chance to see anything beyond what they decide to show you at the back end of like a Star Wars DVD or something, where it's just John Williams and a huge orchestra. You get to see how the indie people do it. So I want to welcome back. We're back with Wanda Russell, actress, writer, producer, and we're going to talk to her now about her film The Summer Home, which is another film not to be confused with Connect 2, because every movie's different. So Wanda, tell us all about The Summer Home.
Summer Home is based on a script that I wrote earlier this year. That I had the idea for, partially inspired by some character work I was doing for another feature called This Is Ours, and also as kind of a creative response to Connect 2, which is much more quirky, light, and definitely like a getting to know you vibe with a lot of the scenes where you have a lot of dialogue scenes, and I wanted something very visceral, with two characters that already knew each other really well and wouldn't necessarily have that need for that same verbal communication, but would need a lot more of a working physical language, and wanted to make something very, very visual and kind of keep it to one location, because let me tell you, trying to shoot on a bus presented challenges even beyond what we expected. It was very challenging. So I wrote the draft and made a couple changes, and I really loved it. And my friends Chris and Lindy, who are directors, married directors, asked to read it. And so I said, okay, oh God, all right, here it is. And I sent it over. And then they said, hey, we'd like to get together and talk to you about that. And I was like, oh, shit. Take me back to school and be like, look, Wonder, maybe you need to just stick to acting classes. Take a couple courses, but we'll give you some tips. But we basically talked about it, and they wanted to know some of the motivations and what we thought about some of the characters, and they just kind of dug down on what what it was really about, and the tone and the style. And we had so many similar thoughts on that, and we both have a really good working language that we share, and they said, we want to direct it. And I said, yay!
Yay! That is the correct answer, survey says.
You do! That would be fantastic. Because they pour themselves out. They work so hard, and to me, they really personify that indie director that just, is just completely obsessed with every shot and making sure that it's the best it can actually be, and not by any means doing anything run and gun or half-assed. The amount of pre-production that went into it was in the very short time that we had to shoot it, which was literally from, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks from between let's do this to shooting. It was ridiculous. We were on the fast track, but
Right.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Now, let me ask you, now that you've had a taste of, you've been in front of the camera, you've been kind of behind the scenes doing the producing stuff, and then also writing, do you have a favorite kind of slot that you'd rather be in? I mean, do you prefer, I mean, now that especially you're a writer who has now had, your script, completed and made, are you starting to get more?
Many collaborated on the script with me too. They definitely added some elements that took it to the next level. But,
do you have a preference to one thing or another in terms of long-term profession?
Yeah, I definitely my dog growling. You should probably enjoy. I definitely consider myself an actor first and foremost,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where my true, my inner compass lies. It loves the process and the characters, and the thinking beneath the skin is so wonderful. Such a journey, always such an exploration. There's really nothing else like it.
Now, there's always a kind of a discussion that happens among filmmakers, whether film school or to not film school or whatever, and then some Nietzsche will come out and say God is dead, and we're not even talking about that. But
I know, and that's always a conversation killer, right?
Right, no kidding. It's like, what a downer. Nietzsche, always the buzzkill. But my question to you is, acting school, yay, nay? Do you see a benefit or a detriment to to either the creative aspect of what you do by partaking in something like that, or do you have opinions one way or another?
I will say, I think it's vital, but I think you have to have the right instructor to teach you the right tools and the right vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
It's otherwise, you can't pull off seat of the pants very long. You will run out of tricks. You will develop tricks and crutches, and then you will run out of them. And I know I've done that too. And I mean, having the right instructor is also comes down to someone who works well with you and who gets you and who you feel safe with and whose style of teaching, because there are 1,000 schools, and different techniques. Like, oh, well, we're Stanislavski. Oh, well, we are Meisner. Immersion. Oh, well, yeah. And it's kind of ridiculous how uppity they get about it sometimes. It's like, really? You're trying to learn to be human in the most completely authentic, living truthfully under the circumstances, free of artifice the way you can. And it's kind of ridiculous how much work actually goes into that, because as human beings, we're so used to being ourselves, it's difficult to put on someone else's skin.
I've been around this industry for a little bit of time now, and I got to tell you, I've seen more acting off camera than I have from some people than I have from.
Those are called producers, darling.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of names for them. But yeah, anyway, so but now let me ask you, one of the things that they teach you in acting schools, do they actually teach you, aside from the character aspects of everything, do they teach you how to actually work with directors, like is there any, I guess, professionalism kind of professional information imparted on how to work within the industry, working with directors, working with casting directors, stuff like that, or is it all theory and character work, as it were, working on yourself?
That's a very good question.
I know. Thank you.
I think, well done, you. Here's an interesting thing. I find that there is a really terrible disconnect between the language of acting and the language of directing. And I don't say that this is, in every case, but more often than not, you find acting classes where they're trying to also, on top of interpreting for themselves the script and the character and doing that sort of work. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people be so frustrated saying that, that the director can't answer questions about the character, or, is kind of what you would think about, like the Michael Bay of directors, about just treating people like puppets. And I hear that a lot. And in my class, it's kind of funny. Like, we will always talk about how to get a director to talk to you in the right kind of terms. And, you know, instead of like, oh, you're sad in this scene. You're like, oh, okay, I'm
And
sad?
you're like, whoa, 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 that's the wrong tone. You're talking to my guy all wrong here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I need your manager to step in and like, what, Bob? No, and to turn around and be like, okay, can you tell me why? I think why is always a good question. And
I just
then
wrote I wrote a
also-
huge article about that just recently. I cannot wait for it to get published, about the power of the word why, which is something.
Oh, yeah.
It's something I learned a long time ago as a dirty, filthy car salesman. But the word why is probably the best and most annoying question ever. Because anytime after the age of, like, I'd say 18, why is awesome, because then people stop telling you because I said so. That's
No doubt. Then they actually have to have reasons.
exactly, because it's like, hey, we're adults now, you know? Because I said so doesn't cut it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and I think that's,
yeah.
I mean, and the question applies, like, why, like, in creative aspects, why do you feel that way, or why is someone behaving that way? Because as actors, you don't want to just play an emotion, and you really can't if you want it to be authentic. You can't just sit there and, like, you know, it's not like an E chord and I could just bang that out on the piano. You know, it really needs to be, it needs to find a living place that it comes out of, you know, in a circumstance and in something that has to do with the character. So there are directors, and like Chris and me are some of those who are very good at talking to actors in whatever way works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can we talk about this that makes sense? And then there are some that, you know, are still learning. So, and I think it's interesting, and I see this also with, so those are the acting classes that you really dig down into the theory. And then I've also taken, like, these audition classes that are usually done by, you know, casting directors, and they are much more technical. They're more like, you know, don't say hi when you come in the room. Don't shake everyone's hand. Nobody cares about you. Stand on your mark. Put out your bubble gum. Why isn't your hair clean? So things like that. And they will also tell you more specifics. So, like, you know, what the director cares about and doesn't care about. But I still find, like, it's just, I don't know. I wish that the communication were still even a little bit better. But that said, mm-hmm. I've been able to work with more and more people who are very sensitive, creatively, mm-hmm. and have been, you know, and want to get down into the things that I care about, and, like, you know, the questions that I care about, and the questions that really make a story come to life.
Now, you know, I know that, you know, screenwriters online have things like script chat and stuff like that on Twitter, where they kind of get together and they talk about, you know, whether it's a theme or a plot device or something like that, or a movie even, and they'll talk about different things related to you know, the art of screenwriting. Then, you know, we have a lot of directors that come on, you know, a show like mine, and we talk about, you know, or Film Courage or whatever. We talk about the things that are frustrating them, the challenges that they face. We talk a lot about, you know, new technology and stuff like that to help getting films made. There's a lot of you know, there's a lot of other articles and shows and stuff like that talk even about, you know, the art of you know, every other piece basically every piece of production. Is there anything online? Does social media help you when you're looking to, you know, expand your craft in terms of acting? You know, is there anything that you look at online where you like, that's a relevant resource for other actors? That's, you know, is there a show like this that does anything to kind of inspire you or anything like that? Besides this show, because I know we inspire everybody, but that's beside the point.
It's true. I know, that's why I got my FilmSnobbery tattoo.
You're the one, because I don't even have one yet, although I'm considering it. I just don't know what it would be yet.
I would say that as far as sites and online resources go, I think it's a wonderful tool for the business side of being an actor, and also the community. So, you know, I feel very lucky, like on Twitter, for example, that I can talk to so many interesting actors, directors, screenwriters, and and get involved. And I like getting involved with, things like script chat and also, the film courage.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely also tweet out during that. And I learn so much every time, and I think that is such a key part of beyond being just a good human being, about being an artist, is to be a sponge and be aware of the world and take note and be involved. But as far as making myself a better actor, that work is all internal and external. But those are things that happen when I knuckle down into a character or take an intensive class. Those happen. Yeah, those can't happen online, unfortunately.
Well, and one of the things actually two things I want to talk about real quick. First, we do actually, because I want to make sure everyone's still awake and we're good and it's still pumped up. We've got to continue.
Hey everyone,
hello, everyone.
Shot of coffee.
we're talking. It's all theory tonight. It's great. No, I love it. One of the things I want to do though, let's pep up everyone. Let's do a contest. We got a little giveaway, courtesy actually of our guest tonight, Wanda Russell. She's been gracious enough to grace you wonderful people with the presence of a DVD of her latest movie, Connect 2, which will be actually over at the First Glance Film Festival in Philly. And Jerry, I think we had you coming up with something for this. I don't know. Did you get an opportunity to figure out how we're gonna do this little side giveaway?
Of course, I came up with a nice Twitter contest. Since the next contest will be a Facebook contest, so one of our good old-fashioned first person to tweet out our message will win.
Yep.
I just want to say though that it's awesome that our guest is bringing a prize. That I don't think ever happened on our show. Right?
No. It had Zach when we had Zach Forsman
yeah.
on. Remember we gave away the 3-pack of DVDs?
Yes, from Sabi, right?
Exactly, Sabi Films. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just saying that it doesn't happen very often, so I hope it happens more. That's really cool, so thank you for that. So what I'm going to post in the chat room right now, be the first person to tweet it out. I'll keep track, and you win the prize pack. All
right, and do you mind if I say what it is? It's Jerry posts, I'm watching at First Glance Film Month on at FilmSnobbery Live and want at Bella Wonder to send me a #Connect2 prize pack because it looks awesome.
Will that fit in 140 characters?
Let me tell you something. Jerry is the master of putting it down to like one character.
Amazing.
Jerry's awesome with that.
139 characters.
Oh my gosh, that's the most informational packed tweet I've seen all day.
All right, and let's see. All right, so what we're going to do is this. Because we always like to wait and give a little bit of suspense here, or at least the illusion of suspense on the show, what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys the trailer to Wonder's movie, The Summer Home. When we come back from that, we're actually going to talk about acting in a different medium. We've had guests that have worked in web series before, but we're going to talk to Wonder about her time on and how she got involved in the collectibles. So we're going to come back from that after we see the trailer for The Summer Home. We be right back. Stick around, and we'll also announce the winner of the awesome contest. So.
I'm not afraid, for you've brought me to this place where I've nothing left to give except this life that I live. About to die, salute you. I am not afraid of this body I've betrayed. I'll play the hand I'm dealt. I can only blame myself. And it's okay.
That's right, everybody. The summer home's got steamy sex scenes. Giggity, giggity, giggity goo.
Don't tell my parents.
No, don't tell her parents. So I want to welcome everyone back. That was the trailer for the summer house and summer home, sorry, or home house. God damn it, home.
Domicile. It works.
The summer domicile that people occupy. But in this economy, it's being foreclosed on, and it's for sale, real cheap.
It's actually the summer trailer.
There you go. The summer trailer. Nice. The summer apartment, the summer condo, the summer sublet.
Summer teepee.
There we go. All right. We could do this all night, folks. But but I think that if we do all that all night, though, one of the things we're not going to be able to do is we're not going to be able to announce the winner of the contest. So we have to do that because what fun is a contest without a winner? So let's see, Jerry. Why don't you go ahead? Let's give you the honors to say who won.
Okay. Zach Forsman.
That's right.
Second time in a row, I think, right? Didn't he just win recently?
Did Zach won what?
Although he won the first glance thing, so it's
right.
completely different, and he's still eligible and he won, so congratulations.
Exactly, yes, because we still have the first glance contest coming up later, so this is completely separate.
So congrats.
Congrats to Zach Forsman. All right.
He's also the first person in the chat room today, so he deserved it.
Absolutely. So he's quick. Everyone's got to be. You want to win cool stuff. You want to win a DVD, maybe a poster, something like that. You gotta be quick on that retweet button. You gotta get all that stuff out.
You gotta work out your hands. You gotta rub some Tiger Balm into the knuckles.
Come on, you guys are already online looking at porn anyway. You think you guys would be dexterous?
It is, after all, a Thursday night.
It is. It's a day that ends in Y.
That seems fair.
On the plus side, Zach being, he's over there on the West Coast with you. You're out in Seattle. He's over in the LA area, and he's working on a film himself. At least the postage will be cheap.
That's right.
For Zach's movie Down and Dangerous. Hey, so
I backed that too. That looks amazing.
See, there you go. So you backed it, and now he's getting a perk. How does that work?
I don't know, but I like it.
Absolutely. So hey, we now I want to talk about. I kind of talked about it a little bit before we just looked at your trailer for your movie, but I want to now talk about the collectibles and your kind of foray into web series. Do you approach working on a web series any different than you do any other set?
No.
Okay. Very concise. Thank you. I appreciate
there really isn't any reason to.
Okay.
I mean, as an actor, there just isn't. You need to. You still are. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less, from yourself. You want to show up. You want to do the character work. You want to be ready to go. I would say the pace was a little bit faster for us, for sure. We shot 3 episodes in 2 days. It was a lot. But I mean, it wasn't anything more than most indie sets I've worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, the process is still the same. I'd say that the difference of the medium is really told in the pre-production and also in the promotion, because it is all online, and I mean, you need kind of a small army to help get the word out.
Did you find that promoting a web series is a completely different animal than promoting an independent film, short, feature, whatever? Because it seems to me like sometimes the goals are a little different. Like with a web series, typically you're not typically going to like film festivals and stuff like that. So you're not looking for, you're not looking for the
more immediate. Like you want to find your audience a lot faster. And part of finding your audience, I think, as an indie film, if you're going to go to the festival, up there.
Oh, we're losing you a little bit. Hello? Okay, she may call back in. But what we're talking with is to wonder about is the collectibles. The cool part, one of the cool things, it looks like she got disconnected. One of the cool things that I actually saw while I was kind of perusing around, I didn't have a chance to get a graphic up for it in time for the show, but one of the cool things that I really enjoyed that while I was looking around was that they have dolls. They have like action figures of themselves, and one of the questions I was going to ask is, how does it feel to be an action figure? Let's take this brief respite to go ahead and let's announce the next contest that we actually going to have. And what we'll do is maybe when she comes back, we will go ahead and we'll announce the winner of the next contest. We have another contest for our good friends over at First Glance Film Festival. Hold on a second. Looks like she's calling in. And it looks like, all right, and she's back.
Oh, are you there?
I am.
Hey, sorry about that.
That's okay. That's all right. What we're going to do is real quick is we're also just going to segue right quick into our next contest for First Glance Film Festival month here, just because we like to give away stuff, and if Nathan Cole doesn't win something soon, he's going to blow his goddamn brains out, and I just can't have that on my conscience.
Nathan, don't do it.
Don't.
Keep away from the pop gun.
So Jerry, we got another contest here. I'm going to let you go ahead and tell them how to win, Jerry.
Okay, Nathan, quick, go on to Facebook. Okay, it's a Facebook contest, everyone, and I'm going to post something on the FilmSnobbery Facebook page, and the first person to respond to my comment on there will win.
That's right.
I'm going to put the link to the Facebook page, facebook.com/FilmSnobbery. So just head over to that page. Comment is being posted right now.
That's right, Jerry.
Going a little bit slower than I thought it would, but it is going to be posted in a second. And there it is.
All right.
The person to comment wins.
And if you guys don't know where that is, it's facebook.com/FilmSnobbery. First Glance says, is there anyone in the room that hasn't won a First Glance prize? There is. There is actually several people who haven't won a prize yet. Red Locker, who's a new viewer of ours. I think that, and also I don't know if she's in the chat room, and I don't know if that is specifically her. There's two people on Twitter that I noticed that are watching. Victoria Westcott is one of them, and Gadzook Films is the other. So, and they both actually did tweet in the previous contest. They didn't get in time, but...
You want to know what's funny, Nick?
What's that?
Victoria Westcott just won this contest.
Did she?
Yep.
How about...
Go Victoria.
All right. Now, Victoria, in case you don't know what you just won, because we're like, hey, we got a contest. We don't know. We don't tell her what, I think that you should tell her what she's won, Jerry.
I believe it's a 1-year subscription to Movie Maker magazine.
And
a T-shirt.
That's right.
First Glance Films.
That's right.
Let's just see some.
Nathan Cole.
I just want to let you know that you also killed Nathan Cole.
Well, look, he said, I can't find the the FilmSnobbery Facebook page. Dude, we left a link in the chat room. I love you, but oh my God. No. Nathan, these people might be winning prizes left and right, but you, a long time ago, won my heart. No homo. But so what we were talking about, actually, when you got cut off, Miss Wonder, is that we were talking about the collectibles, obviously, but we were also talking about specifically, and one of the questions I wanted to ask you, because as I was doing some research or pretending to do research. Really, I was just looking for bikini pics. Just come on, that's how it is. But no. We saw that they actually turned the different characters in the collectibles into action figures.
Yes, they did. Well, they even made like old retro like 80s TV commercials for them that are actually going into the episodes. Really awesome.
And how does that make you feel?
Cool. No,
cool.
Oh my gosh, the action figures are actually amazing. I can't believe how they pulled those off. And I know that it was these sisters who are incredible, Janelle and Sherelle, and they costumed the whole show. They also helped produce it, and they made all the props, including the action figures themselves. They are phenomenal.
Now, for the audience out here who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, what is The Collectibles?
The Collectibles is a web series that's launching soon. They're going to do a Kickstarter campaign for it first, but we've got first three episodes in the can. Pilot will be live coming really soon. It's a web series about, the best way to describe it is Super Friends meets The Office. Because basically, yeah, they're superheroes. They have superpowers, but you never see them in action. It's all the behind-the-scenes drama of office politics and restructuring, and management's looking into new sponsorships and who's got the most corporate sponsorships. And my character has taken a hit on her ratings because she got a breast reduction, and so she doesn't know if she's going to be paroled or not.
So it's like watching the Super Friends when the cameras are turned off in a way, and they're all in the Hall of Justice kind of,
It's like all the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on, and all like the political jockeying, and all the water cooler gossip that just happens at work, except they also happen to have superpowers.
Now let me ask you, who's the Aquaman of the group? The Aquaman. Now, and if you don't understand the reference, yeah, who is the guy who's
Aquaman.
Who is the
Aquaman?
Aquaman?
He really is. He has one eye. He's Aquaman.
I love it, Aquaman. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
So good.
We affectionately call Jerry the Aquaman of indie film.
Nice.
So. And it looks like Gadzook Films said, I love Janelle and Sherelle. Worked with them on my short way back when.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So yay! So we have synergy all over here. It's beautiful.
I like it.
So
Hi, Dawn. Yeah, they're amazing. They're very talented.
So and you got to play kind of like a Wonder Woman type of character in that, huh?
Well, she's got the breastplate, kind of like a Valkyrie theme going on. She's a bubbler. So she can create force fields and project small kinetic energy. So she's the one in a fight who's going to put like the shield bubble around you so that you can go up front and look cool and do, shoot lightning bolts and magma spears out of your hands and take all the credit while she stands back, and that's why she's a little bit better.
She's like the Invisible Girl in Fantastic Four then, she pretty much just...
A little bit Invisible Girl. There was someone else that we had talked about, like, as a... Yeah, just kind of like, she's more of a supporting character, but she's like painfully aware that she is.
I gotcha. Well, I actually did watch I watched the trailer for the collectibles earlier today, and I got a kick out of it because it really does feel, even if you watch it with the sound off, it really feels like The Office. It's like The Office Halloween party almost, if you watch it with the sound off. If you watch it with the sound on, though, it is the collectibles premiering sometime next week. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go real quick. I'm going to play the trailer for the collectibles, and when we come back, we'll talk about anything else you want to, quite frankly, and we'll go from there. So chill out with the collectibles. We'll be right back.
In the great hall of the Power Posse, there are assembled the world's greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe.
Power Posse, ho!
Superstar.
The board loves me.
Ultra Femme.
They should be under J for J.
Death Wish.
That stings.
The Quick.
Dude, that is messed up.
Shield Maiden.
I know, right?
Aquaman.
Miss my fish!
And Receiver.
That was awesome.
Their mission, to fight injustice.
Final countdown.
To right that which is wrong. And to serve all mankind.
Go yourselves.
It's the eye, dude. What's coming up?
All right, there we go. We're back. It's a beautiful thing. Yahoo! So, we all have these, mentors and people that we look up to in the industry, whether it's in the industry or in life or whatever. Is there anyone that that you kind of look up to, either in terms of your career or in terms of just how in just how you, I guess, conduct yourself as a person, or what's the what's your main motivation of being?
Ooh. Wow. So many. There's. I am inspired almost every day by something someone in our industry has written and articulated so well, or someone's film that just got made or just got funded that I think is a brilliant concept. it's kind of, the creativity really feeds more creativity. You see these amazing things, and for me, it just builds a fire in me. There's so many things that I want to do and try, with regards to film. As far as a mentor, I really have to credit my coach, Steven Anderson in LA. He really unlocked a lot in me and a lot of potential, and that I always hoped was there and had no idea how to access. And based on his study of character and he's one of the most open and compassionate and intelligent people that I know, and emotionally intelligent, and very intuitive, and it's just a pleasure to spend time with him, and it's very inspiring to work with him, and he always pushes me to do my best, and that usually means even finding places that I didn't even know I was capable of. Very, very exciting. I worked with him a lot on, that's the first time I had worked with him on a specific project was I just wrapped a feature called This Is Ours, and I worked with him a lot, like over the phone, over Skype, some in person, developing that character and going really deep with that character, and I think it more than will show in the final performance.
And you seem to be showing a pretty wide range in terms of what you're doing here between the collectibles and the summer home and Connect 2, which everyone can see over at the First Glance Film Festival in Philadelphia this October at the Franklin Institute. Please do come. We'll be there. We'll be partying. Yay! That's right. Group hug. That's what I'm talking about. Group hug.
I can't wait.
My side of the hug will be a little sweatier than most, but still group hug.
But comforting and warm.
And I am like a teddy bear, let me tell you. A teddy bear that's been soaked in sweat. But I'm kidding. I'm not that bad. I say that bad because, let's be honest, I'm moist about 90% of the day.
Don't say moist.
That I don't know why I just did that to myself.
Go there.
I know. I'm there, and I don't know why I even did that either. It was funny at the time in my head.
It was good.
It was. So I'm really and for those of you guys who want to speak further with Wonder Russell on Twitter or something of that nature, you can go ahead and go twitter.com/BellaWonder, BELLA Wonder, and you can chat with her there and maybe chat with us there too. Who knows? There's lots of people on Twitter. You don't have to just limit yourself to just one. It's why it's social media.
Right.
Come on.
You can follow many people and interact.
You can. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop,
New world.
And you can go on over to www.bellawonder.com and you can see her awesome HTML skills as she has updated her WordPress thing. I love WordPress. Let me tell you something right now. For people who don't have the technical ability. I come from a technical background, but for those people who don't come from a technical background or have the ability, WordPress is like the best thing since sliced bread. It really is.
I'm really a convert. I'm amazed. I still feel like a monkey at the computer sometimes, but it's wonderful.
But while you're up there, you can go ahead and on Wonder's website. That was a little bit of a tongue twister for me. On Wonder's website on the www. You can go ahead. There you go. You can go also look at the crowdfunding Bible that she's got going on there. You can also look at her little demo reel, and she's also got a bunch of trailers and stuff like the ones we've shown you tonight. I'm a real big fan of actors, actresses, directors, production companies, everything having their website, having a nice complete place for people to connect with them, and you'd be amazed how often I'm like, okay, what's your website? I'm still working on it. And it's like, really? Come on. It's like 5 minutes just to get like something up, And it's great to see that you've got something that looks like everyone else. It looks like you're in a position where you're everywhere, and I like that. You're on IMDb. You can obviously see you on IMDb. And that's a beautiful headshot.
I'm legit.
You are. You're mad. You're mad legit.
Crazy IMDb skills.
IMD Bizzle.
That's right.
So
Bedazzled, IMD Bedazzler.
First Glance Film, even in the in the chat room here, says rule number 1: get a website, and I agree with that. There just needs to be something. But is there any other place that we can see you? In person or otherwise?
In person or otherwise, well, yeah, I'll definitely, barring any sort of crazy Baltic flu from Russia, I will be in Philadelphia the weekend of the 15th and 16th. You know what? I got a shout out to my friend actress Jamie Lee, who's also director, and she is going to First Glance as well. And I believe it's in their online portion. They're kind of like their online film market. I forget the exact title of it.
Oh,
she's there with. Does Bill know the exact name?
I had it, and I bet you if we wait a second. Our good friend Bill will probably tell us, or I guess I could go to the trouble of looking it up. Hold on one second. See,
Jamie is she's there with a short called I Do, and I'm in that too. And so and it was completely amazing. She lives in New York City, and she happened to come out to Seattle. We made a short, and it's shown in a lot of festivals so far, and she will also be in Philly, and we're going to be hanging out, and we're really excited to see her again, and she's a fantastic and very creative human being.
Right, so guys, I'm going to need a partner in crime out in Philly because we got to do the double date thing. That's how that works. She's got a friend. I can't be left alone here. We're done.
Yeah!
Let's see here. More videos, resources. There's the I Do trailer by Jamie Lee. Also, First Glance is part of the film market. Yep. I don't have that trailer queued up, but
film market.
Yes.
Right. And that one is that trailer is it's also on my site too, and it's all. And if you Google Just To Me Productions, that's her production company, and you can see it there. So that's really cool.
And let me ask you, when you're looking at film festivals to submit films to, I mean, how much input do you as an actress generally have? I mean, obviously some of these other things where you're a producer and stuff too, you have probably a little bit more say, but when it comes to submitting to film festivals and stuff like that, you're just like, oh, I'm in that film festival, I guess. Okay, maybe I'll go. I mean, what's your, what's kind of your...
Well, for Connect 2 and also for Summer Home, which is being uploaded to Sundance tonight, I'm doing all the submissions. I do all the submissions, I do all the packaging up, write all the cover letters, do the research, find out who's interesting, who's not, what I can afford, and kind of balance it that way. And being in there are other films that I'm in that are, I have 2 films coming up in the Tacoma Film Fest next month. Also, the feature I'm in and Connect 2 is also showing there.
Awesome.
And I mean, you just get an email blast every now and again from directors. I actually saw him tonight at a film mixer, and he gave me the finished DVD of the feature. So really cool. But it's I mean, I think we obviously, I think a lot of times for actors you kind of just fall off the radar unless anything happens with the film, and you hear about it, and sometimes it's tricky to keep in touch.
That's unfortunate too, because and it's something we've talked about a lot on the show, and you see it primarily in independent film. It's literally the exact opposite of mainstream film, where say Gwyneth Paltrow has a movie out or something like that. You'll see her whoring whatever piece of shit she's doing on every goddamn news site, and not necessarily a news site, but like late night program and stuff like that. But rarely will you see like John Singleton talking about his latest thing. I only say that because I saw his name in the chat room. But you won't see maybe you'll see like a Kevin Smith because he's a press whore and he does everything, but I like that about him. That's part of the charm of him. But rarely in independent film, it's almost exclusively the director or producer talking about the movie, and you rarely have the actors, actresses involved in the films come on shows, whether it's like this or other shows like Casey Ryan's Cutting Room Floor or Film Courage or Rex Sykes. See, I'm trying to give all my peeps a little shout out here.
Yeah, Rex Sykes, Film Log, yeah.
See, there we go. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe part of the issue is that when you have to wear so many hats and you are inherently retaining so much control of the product and the final project, it's kind of like you know it best, and you could talk about the story. You know what I mean? The story of its whole journey and where it is now. And I think, I mean, yeah, if you had someone like Gwyneth Paltrow in your film, you'd want her to do press for you too.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
I think it's also interesting at like the bigger levels. You know, she may make, and this is a phenomenon of I think a lot of actors, they might make a film a year.
Right.
I mean, compare that to the rest of us. Like, how many films am I already, been in this year? 20? Like, you just hustle.
It's funny. I always equate making independent films like almost like making porn, where like you talk to porn stars. Seriously, you talk to porn stars, and it's like, how long have you been in the business? Oh, about a month. Oh yeah, how many movies have you made? I filmed about 400 scenes, and I'm like, Jesus, spread them out a little bit. No, not your legs. Spread out the scenes. It's. Yeah, it's independent film. I always there's always to me a really weird kind of parallel to indie film, and both in promotion and both in audience engagement. Maybe not as engaged.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just harder to find your audience, and you're a one-man band, and what more can you do? I find myself asking myself that with my own films. Like, what more can I do? I don't what rent a sandwich board? Like, I am one person. My limit. I have a limit, and my network only goes so far. And sometimes, that's fine. And sometimes you see where you want to be, and it's really frustrating to not have a great roadmap of how to get there.
Right. No, I completely agree. I completely agree.
But I think that is why there is so much, like, you move on to the next project, get something else. Okay, part of, what we do is just build that body of work, keep working. Okay, you made that. Fantastic. You're not tied to it. Work it, do as much as you can, but have more in the hopper. Like, I'm already writing more projects, like talking to people about doing my next project, trying to, I'm going out on auditions, trying to get work wherever I can. You never know what opportunity is going to hit, and you never know, what the universe has or whose project is coming up. Man, you just have to be agile. It's totally like I thought of it when it was the Chinese New Year. The year of the rabbit. You gotta be fast and agile this year. Make those quick turns. Keep running.
I just keep getting year of the rooster, and that's just unfortunately my lot in life. Anyways, so you. So do you have any other projects that are coming up? You said you're writing something. Do you have kind of can we get a hint on genre even?
The main one that I'm writing is a feature, which is new for me, and it is it's sort of a sci-fi.
Nice. I like sci-fi.
Not in the sense of like futuristic, but more in the sense of an alternate future that creates social commentary about our present.
Look at you getting all political. I'm loving it. Well,
that's kind of sci-fi I really respond to, about like kind of makes you more like in the Gattaca vein, that makes you think, what if, and how likely is that, and what is the morality inherent in that structure? I love that stuff.
I'm a big fan of just in general asking questions. I think that's the reason why I host a review show or an interview show. I like asking questions all the time, and I like movies that make me think that, and also that don't pigeonhole you into a belief, but allow you to make up your own mind as to what the film is, or what the message of that film is. I like it.
And movies and characters that I'm drawn to, and films I'm drawn to, and in my writing as well, are definitely where the situation becomes complex enough, and that there's so much gray area that you start to lose this would be wrong except for what just happened, so I'm going to make it right. You know what I mean? It gets into these really complex questions.
Jerry said something funny in the chat room. He said Nick likes asking questions but hates answers. Isn't that ironic? I love that. That's a good quote.
Why?
Why is that? Because it's all about the search. It's not about the search for fact. It's about the search for truth. Those are two different things.
Why?
I don't know. Why? I love that. That's great. There you go. Because I said so.
I'm just learning. Yeah! My dad.
That said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Wanda Russell for coming on the show this week and for filling a hole in my heart that has that was there from the last time I talked to Jerry. But I want to thank you for coming on, and everyone, if you do have an opportunity to head on over to the First Glance Film Festival over in Philly, please do connect with us and watch Connect 2, because it makes sense to do so. It does. And also be on the lookout for next week for the debut of the collectibles, and
I believe that'll be out on Monday, is the full pilot.
The full pilot on Monday. And where is that? Is it going to be on a website or YouTube, or where should we look for it?
I believe it will actually be tied to their Kickstarter campaign for the same name. And they also will put it online at thecollectibles.com.
Thecollectibles.com. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show and chatting with us. This has been very,
Charlie,
very
my
good.
pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It was a delight.
Thank you. I'm glad you're happy. I'm happy that you're happy. That makes me ecstatic. So you have yourself
to hug it out in Philly.
Oh, bring a chair, because it's going to be a while. It's
also bring you some baby powder, for the sweat.
For the sweat, thank you. I'll just bring another shirt. That's all.
Okay.
Spare shirts. We're good to go. You have yourself a great night, and thank you again for coming on.
You too. Thank you so much, Nick.
Thank you.
Everyone for tuning in.
All right, so that was our guest, Wanda Russell, and she was wonderful, wasn't she? Not even to play a play on words there. That was very nice. So I want to go ahead, though, and we got, I would say bills to pay, but we'll always have bills to pay, and this isn't paying them, but it is us being nice and promoting something that we believe in. We believe in the Netflix of independent film, Indie Picks Unlimited, and we say Netflix now almost with a nostalgic kind of look back on it. We'll get into that a little bit more in a moment, but when we get back, until then, watch this. Bye. See it. Watch it. Stop. That's right. IndiePicksUnlimited.com. It's good shit. You should watch it. I want to go ahead and I want to talk to you guys about our Indiegogo Project of the Week. What's up with that, huh? We got a great Indiegogo Project of the Week from a guy you guys probably all know already. His name is David Baker, and his project here is Screen, which he's already actually shot while he was here in the States, back from while he was visiting from. I'm going to get it wrong. I want to say it's Scotland, but maybe it's Ireland. It's over there, Europe, the other white meat. So he was over here though, working with some great friends of ours out here as well, and he made this movie Screen, big horror movie. Now he's looking for some finishing funds, it looks like, for this. He's trying to raise 10 grand. 10 grand. He's already got a couple bucks in there. I want to go ahead though, and I want to show you guys his pitch video, which I believe is kind of like the trailer for the movie. And also because, you know, it's not like we haven't shown you guys enough clips on this particular show tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and show you this. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit of time, a little Nick and Jerry time. Well, because I've been looking forward to that the whole show. A little Nick and Jerry time. Every week. I love it. Stick around.
Hi, my name's David. I'm a writer, director, producer from Scotland. I've recently shot a horror movie called Screen. I shot the movie in Oklahoma, Tulsa, and Cleveland. I partnered with a filmmaker called Oklahoma Ward from Tulsa. I stayed with him for 3 months, so I managed to get the locations and the cast and the crew and used his equipment, his resources. So I managed to get the movie shot and get it in the can. Screen is about a group of people that are found dead in front of a drive-in movie screen. Whatever they saw on the screen killed them. I'm at the post-production stage to get this film completed. So I've came to Indiegogo to see if I can get people that will help me complete the film. I also want to take the film to the FM Film Market, which is a genre film market in November in Los Angeles. I've already had strong interest from distributors and sales agents for the movie. My plan with the film is to also do a hybrid distribution deal, because I also want to do sort of drive-in screening events with this movie, because the characters are found dead in front of the screen. I just think it'd be interesting to have people coming to a drive-in movie event and watching the movie the same way that the characters were invited and watched it. So that'd be a combination of drive-in events, drive-ins that exist in America, portable drive-ins, underground guerrilla screenings on walls, and I really need help to complete this film. The funds on this campaign will help me finish the post-production for the movie, and will also get me to the American film market. What I'm also doing as well is, because I don't believe in putting all your eggs in one basket, I recently self-financed a movie called Mission X, a small micro-budget movie that's had interest for a remake in the US. So I've got a package between that movie and this movie to take to the American film market. I've also got interest from a couple of top name actors, a star for my previous film. There's a possible remake. So I'm getting it to the market to sell myself and to get sales and screen and some deals, and really get the film going and moving. So if you're interested in my campaign, check out my other links. As I said, I was in Tulsa for 3 months. I'd done a whole section of video diaries here. There's 50 video diaries, so you can see what I was up to in Tulsa. Check out about my previous film, my plans for this film, and thanks very much for watching my video. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
That's David Baker's screen there, and I got to tell you, David, I love you to death. You know it. You have an unmatched intensity when you look at people and you talk to people, and I love that. However, you come across like you're a hitman in a Luc Besson movie, and I'm always afraid that you're going to kill me. Maybe that's just because I've seen Mission X, and it's just you come off. He's a little intimidating. I'm just saying, he's a little intimidating. I want to give him money because I feel like I'm being robbed. No, I'm kidding. He's a great guy. Everyone should give him throw a couple shekels his way, because he needs it. He's a great filmmaker, great guy. I can't say enough good things about him. He's been very supportive of FilmSnobbery since day one, and he holds a lot of the same ideals that we do as well. And it's great to see him out making more movies and be, and succeeding in what he wants to do. And we're happy to help feed that need. Even as scared as we are of him. So go on over to Indiegogo.com, look up Screen and David Baker, and give him a couple bucks, or at the very least give him a tweet or shout out, something. So that being said, now we go on to the part of the show I look forward to every week, the part where Jerry and I eviscerate each other. And so hi, Jerry.
Hi, Nick.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, although Michelle says, Besson, Nick, we need to get you up north of 49th for a little pronunciation en français. I know it's probably Besson or something of that, Luc Besson, but
The B is silent.
The B is silent. The B, the E, the double S, the O, and the N are all silent. His name is just Luc. She said, now I've got it. So there we go. So we were talking about something earlier today, and I know it's been a big conversation over on Twitter, Facebook, pretty much everywhere in news at the moment, about what the hell's going on with Netflix.
And it's right in our chat. As soon as you were about to say it, First Glance Film brought it up.
Nice. First Glance Film. Quickster, what's up with that? You just want it almost sounds like it's going to be like a Saturday Night Live sketch where you're just like, really? No, Netflix is their stock is dropping. People are leaving that place en masse. They're dropping deals with stars.
And loving it.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
They're having a goodbye Netflix sale. They actually are offering 30-day trial memberships, and they lowered their price.
Nice. You know, if I didn't feel like I needed a streaming service like Netflix, I mean, as it is, I have my subscription to IndiePix Unlimited, and I'm very happy with that. And quite frankly, I feel that the content that I actually watch is more readily available there than Netflix anyway. And I'm not just saying that because we have them as a sponsor. It's because the reason why we have them as a sponsor is because I like them. I go after companies that I like. I don't wait for them to come to me. So, yeah.
And they wouldn't.
Pretty much. Let's see. Let me see here. Netflix. I mean, look. There's so many people are talking about this. At first glance, folks should try IndiePix Unlimited. I agree. I mean, you can't go wrong. I think they've got it's like a 20-day or 14-day or 1-month free trial or whatever it is. Just fucking try it. You'll love it. They've got movies all over the place. It's foreign movies, documentaries, narratives, shorts. They got everything. So.
I want Hollywood movies.
Yeah, fuck Hollywood. No Hollywood movies. Fuck all of that. Yeah, so let's talk about what. Now you stopped your Netflix subscription, right, Jerry?
No.
No? I thought you went over to Blockbuster.
I'm going to sign up with Blockbuster because you get a 30-day free trial, and then I'm going to cancel it.
Jerry, you are such a cheap bastard.
Or I might stick with it. I don't know. I was considering going back to Blockbuster. I used to have Blockbuster, and then I went back to my Blockbuster account, and I transferred all the movies that were in my Netflix queue on Blockbuster manually. Then I looked at my Blockbuster queue, and I'd say 90 out of 120 movies I had in the queue, all of them were unavailable. They were either unavailable or there was a long wait or unsure of wait. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, when I canceled my Netflix subscription, they had like a form that that they asked me to fill out, like a survey, and I was very honest with it. It's funny. Michelle just said Blockbuster about to close its remaining 250 stores in Canada.
Yeah, I didn't even know they still had stores until I found out. I was looking and people were like, now at Blockbuster you can also use it's $15 a month. You get unlimited online DVDs by mail. Plus you can return them in store. And I'm like, there's still stores?
Well, Red Locker actually says here the only thing left of Blockbuster in my area is their DVD box in front of my local Rite Aid.
Yeah,
and
I don't think there's any in New York left.
You know, it's. Would you rather go to a Blockbuster Video, have a place that you can go in and walk around in or something like that, or shop it like on a Redbox? Like, there's something about Redbox that to me just feels so impersonal. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't browse. Like, you gotta look. It's almost like a vending machine. Like I'd rather browse at the candy store.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a vending machine where there's like these set things. I'd rather walk in and be like a kid in the candy store and walk around and look at the back of the DVD cases. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't used Redbox.
Yeah, I haven't.
Prices might go up. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
They might have to increase, like, their whole slogan, their motto. It's like $1, 1 day, 1 movie, 1 night. They're gonna have to go up to $1.25 possibly because of credit card changes. That now they're gonna go from a 5-cent charge to a 22-cent charge with the credit card companies they use. So they might end up passing the cost on to consumers, and they'll have to make it $1.25.
So this is why I believe that everyone should just use Square as their merchant service, because it's 0 fee up front for each transaction and only like 2.15% or some shit like that for, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's low for each transaction in terms of the cost per transaction. It's really cheap. It's one of the cheapest merchant services out there. If you guys aren't familiar with Square, you need to be, because if you're out there, if you're a filmmaker and you're selling DVDs and you don't have Square, you're retarded. I'm just sorry. You go bypass Square and go buy a helmet. Okay. That's pretty much what I'm saying. No, Square is fucking awesome. We use it for all our merch and stuff like that. It gives you an easy ability to accept credit card, debit card transactions. You can give receipts live right there in front of people and email it to them, and they will debit your stuff and they can transfer it right to either your bank account or your PayPal account. So, I'm just saying. You know, it's a no-brainer, which is why you have to be mentally deficient to not get this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good enough yelling at our audience.
Zach Forsman said, you're like square-tarded. Yeah, pretty much. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Okay.
Yeah. And first class Phil, what's the deal with aerated Hershey bars? I don't know where that came from.
You're paying more for less candy. When I first saw that, I was like, ooh, new candy bar. Wait, you get less? It's like, what the hell?
I will say, Jerry and I learned one thing about Jerry. Well, I learned many things about Jerry last year when we went to the Orlando Film Festival together. But one thing that I had already pretty much suspected, but I had definitely been confirmed, was that he is a frugal shopper. But I will say, the deals that he gets are ridiculous, like how he games the system. Like, we're walking away on like 3 days after Halloween, and we went to a Walmart and they were still selling Halloween candy. We were looking for something to kind of, a sugar rush to keep us up, while we were driving back, and we bought probably what would have been amounted to how many dollars worth of candy?
It would have probably been close to $100 worth of candy, and we got it for like $7.
It literally was. Like, I think between the both of us, I think we spent less than $20 total on all that candy, and it was ridiculous.
It was probably under 10 total. That's including the 2 trips that we made. Like, we went to Walmart on the way down.
Oh, that's right.
While we were there, we went to Target, and we went to Target one day, and we got like 70% off, and then we went back 2 days later, and there was like 90% off, so we got whatever was left. And we were like, for the trip home.
Yep.
And then we got home, and we still had 2 giant shopping bags of candy.
Jerry still actually has some
I still have some candy apple Hershey Kisses that I'm pretty sure are no longer good.
I was feeling like absolute dog shit the other day, and I just had a huge migraine and felt like I was going to throw up. It was nasty. So I'm like looking in my cupboards, and I'm looking at the medicine, trying to find something to take. All of my medicine's like 5 years expired. And I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait for after Halloween, buy some Halloween medicine. I just realized that sucks. If we end up going to the Orlando Film Festival again this year, it's before Halloween. We won't get any cheap candy.
Well, and that's if we go to the Orlando Film Festival. Jerry and I have been having a lot of conversations about film festivals in general. Obviously, where we're going or where I'm going in the near future, and then also we're starting to plan out next year because festival season, it's like clockwork, same thing every year. I sort of got my past 3 years have been like Groundhog Day. I mean, just I wake up every morning, I got Sonny and Cher blaring in my ear, and it's cold out there.
You don't get a girl at the end.
I do sometimes.
I'm sorry, I ruined the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it. Although, if you haven't seen Groundhog Day by this point, you probably don't intend to.
Yeah, and you're probably not watching this show. So that being said, no, we're trying to figure that out. Yeah, I mean, we've had a deal here and there for. I mean, you have film festivals that are like, we'll I've had film festivals where like, we'll fly you out, we'll have you come out here, we'll put you up in a hotel, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll this, bend over backwards, and I'm like, well, thank you, I appreciate that. And usually it's if I'm speaking there or whatever, but even as just going there to cover his media, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like working with Bill so much over at First Glance, is he's been very accommodating to us in terms of helping us out. A lot of other film festivals, especially film festivals that have a shekel or two to spare, are just some of the stingiest motherfuckers I've ever seen. They're like, well, we'll give you like half off. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm sorry, but I feel my services are worth a little bit more than that, pal. Maybe you could have said that to me like 4 years ago, but not now.
Plus, you don't have the money to spend.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't have spent 10 grand on a fucking second-tier piece of shit last year.
That's an inside.
It is kind of an inside jab.
But let's just bring it all back and around with the cheap candy thing. That's one of my secrets of indie film. Right, we shot Stuck Like Chuck in early January, so right after Christmas, I went out and bought anything that had Christmas labels on it, and I got like soda and candy and chips and stuff, like snacks for the cast and crew. For dirt cheap, because I went right after Christmas. So if you can set your schedules for filming around holidays, like right after holidays, you might want to stock up. There we go. Now back on track.
Michelle says, this isn't a pitch for your year without rent, is it, Nick? Now, let me tell you something. I'd be more than happy to do a tour out there. I really would, and I think that for what we do and stuff like that, I think it really would benefit a lot of people to go and do do kind of like a speaking tour around and stuff like that. And it'd be great to see all of you guys out there, and more than once a year or ever, or just meeting you would be great. I don't believe that it's your job to necessarily finance my dreams, but
apparently a lot of people do.
If you feel so inclined, I would never not take a donation from you. So, but no, we try to leave it up to as many sponsors and other event coordinators and stuff like that as possible to help us out, getting us through what we need to do.
We should do Driven literally a year without gas.
A year without gas. That's awesome. And it's sponsored by the Chevy Volt.
We should see if we can get some car company, like one of the smart car companies that talk about how simple and easy their car is and how it's safe for the environment. We're like, why don't you give us your car and we'll take it across the country and mention it while we're talking indie film. That's actually not that bad of an idea. We should probably try that.
Bill says we should do a Film Snobbery telethon, and you know what? I've got tote bags. I have them from Indie Picks Unlimited. They sent me some to give away. I actually have tote bags. We could literally do like the PBS pledge drive, but for Film Snobbery. And believe me, I would totally consider that. But the problem is we'd have to have tons of entertainment lined up and stuff. So if anyone wants to come on and,
You're saying we're not entertaining for 24 hours?
I'm saying that we are, there's only so much, was Mexican Spider-Man or whatever like that? What was the last time we were playing? I can't remember what that was.
Italian Spider-Man?
Italian Spider-Man. That's Italian Spider-Man. I remember that. Thank you.
Yeah. I got bad when we were playing that 20 times an hour.
First Glance Film says they'll give us some goodies. If we can get some really good sponsor involvement here to do a telethon and to pitch in some goodies and stuff like that, where we're literally just giving away shit in exchange for some dough over the next over 24 hours, 36 hours, maybe just until we drop. Jerry, for those of you guys who don't know Jerry, some of you guys think that Jerry's just the Stuck Like Chuck guy. Let me fucking tell you something, okay? That man lasted, was it 62 hours?
Yeah.
62?
No, wait, 68 hours.
68 hours at the Netflix watching competition. What, was it 4 or 5 years ago?
Not that long. Well, I would say maybe 3 years. It was right before I started doing Film Snobbery, I think.
Yeah, it was right. It was right before that.
Yeah, it was right after it was
Jerry was.
Well, after I finished Stuck Like Chuck, I did it to promote the movie.
Jerry was going up against literally people who compete for world records for a living, and he outlasted a lot of people, and it made it
the last of the amateurs. I lasted 68 hours, and I have to sign off right here. So I'll just 68 hours, 21 minutes, and 31 seconds of non-stop movie watching.
And this was no looking away. You weren't allowed to look away. You weren't allowed to sleep. You weren't allowed to do anything but watch the piece of shit stuff that they put on in front of you.
Pretty much, and you had to watch from copyright, from the beginning of the movie to copyright.
Wow.
That stuff.
What was the worst movie, Jerry, that they...
Braveheart.
Braveheart?
And here's why it was the worst movie. I missed my bathroom break before the movie started because there were only 2 toilets and 8 people, actually 7 people at that time, but there were only 2 toilets. And if you ran across the street, there was a hotel that allowed you to use the lobby bathroom, but there was not enough time to get to the lobby, go to the bathroom, come back. And I missed my bathroom break before Braveheart started. And that's a long fucking movie. Imagine how long that movie is when you have to go to the bathroom.
It wasn't so much Braveheart, it was Brave Shart.
Exactly.
There
I
you
was
go.
just standing up, dancing during Braveheart. And people were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, this is my Braveheart dance. And then finally, at the minute the copyright came on, I was the first one out the door. But I made it. I'm proud that I made it.
So maybe for Film Snobbery's, maybe either for our 4-year anniversary or maybe in time for my birthday or maybe even in time for New Year's, maybe we should do we should consider doing some sort of special event.
We should, set something up like this major event and then do a fundraiser where the goal is $100,000.
No, you know what? I don't even. I'm wondering, should it be through an Indiegogo or something like that? Should we even bother? Because it's going to be a one-night event.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it should just be a PayPal donation.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we literally just, I think we
get more money out that way too.
There you go, because we don't have to pay as many fees and stuff. Not that Indiegogo's bad. They actually have overall one of the lowest fee structures of any of the other crowdfunding campaigns. 4%.
Yep. But the thing is, that's better for a long period of time. That's not good for an overnight thing. There really aren't any crowdfunding sites designed for overnight, like an overnight fundraiser, which that might be an idea to look into, Nick.
See, there we go. Maybe we can still work in conjunction, because it's still crowdfunding in a way. Maybe we can still work in conjunction with Indiegogo. Maybe we can get them to give us something cool.
Exactly.
Maybe
you can do like an overnight crowdfunding campaign site thing where it's like a stopwatch clock that counts down and for just one night. That would be kind of cool, actually. And we have a live streaming. We gotta get in touch with Slava. See, this is the behind the scenes stuff all in front of the cameras for you guys.
Yeah, this is pretty much how we talk when you guys aren't here.
You often address an imaginary audience too, so.
We do. That's the sad part. We kind of do all the time. Like, you guys are always there. I'm always looking for the camera. I don't know. But, you know, folks, we've been on now for about an hour and 40 minutes. Today was a long show.
Longer.
Yeah, it was a long show tonight, folks. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank one of our newer people here, newer viewers.
Before we do that, I just want to say something, because Red Locker said, doesn't PayPal take 30 cents for every dollar you get? No. They take 30 cents for the first dollar you get. And then it's like a really tiny, tiny percentage from every dollar after that. So I thought that too, and yeah, you have to check out their site.
And believe me, if anyone's reading fine print when it comes to money, it's Jerry, because you'll never meet a more frugal person who will go through lines and lines and lines of terms of service shit before he signs up for anything. He is
Which
ridiculous.
Is ironic, because I ended up giving my film away for free.
Well, dude, you just put it out there for what it's worth. You did the research and you were like, this is fucking worthless. I'm kidding.
That's what people told me, but the audiences love it.
I'm kidding. That being said, you should head on over to www.stucklikechuck.com. Watch Jerry's feature film, 86 minutes long. First film, Stuck Like Chuck. Watch it, and then if you donate even a dollar, you get, 10 hours of bonus footage, including a director's commentary by Jerry and myself.
Yep, an all-new commentary that's different from the ones that all the backers of the failed Indiegogo campaign got last year.
It is. So, yeah.
Much better commentary, too.
We were actually in the same room.
Yeah, we were in the same room, and we knew what we were doing this time.
Not really. But I want to thank one of our newer viewers here, Red Locker. I want to thank Lord Bronco for showing up, Michelle Simmons, First Glance Film, obviously Bill Ostroff, the director of the First Glance Film Festival, for being here, Zach Forsman for being not only quick on the retweet button, but also for being the first person here, and obviously he was excited to be on the show. I'm really happy to see that. And I want to thank our guest, Wanda Russell, for coming on. And you can follow her over at www.twitter.com/BellaWonder. I don't know why I tried to cover that, but I never do the www, but whatever. You can follow us. You can follow me in FilmSnobbery and what we're doing over at twitter.com/FilmSnobbery. You can follow Jerry over at twitter.com/GetStuck. You can follow First Glance Film Festival at twitter.com/FirstGlanceFilm. You can actually follow us on YouTube as well, youtube.com/FilmSnobbery. You can view the show every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at FilmSnobberyLive.com, which you're probably on right now. But we have tons of other free content that we post all week long over at FilmSnobbery.com, and also I've got a new article series that I'm writing for over at MasteringFilm.com that I think that you guys would all love. I just had a new article printed out. It's not printed out. It's posted. New article posted over there. I think it was yesterday. It's already gotten a lot of attention. I'm really happy to that people are enjoying what we're putting on over there. So please go head on over to masteringfilm.com and read stuff by me and other guys like Tyler Weaver and other great people from the industry. So there's that. And am I forgetting anything, Jerry? Oh, facebook.com/FilmSnobbery. That's about that. I want to thank everyone for showing up, and that's them apples. So good night, everybody.
Bye. JerryCavallaro.com.